Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Hakuna La Planta. My name is Kevin and today is another plant chore video. So another week has come and gone, and I think the last time I really looked at my plants was about a week ago. So I don't really know what I need to do, but at least it's better than the last time where I left my plants for a couple weeks. So I'm just going to look around my plant room and I'll see who needs help. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up and propagate my Philodendron branchiatum. I don't know if y'all could see. This is my door. Look, she's really, oh. So yeah, she's growing on this side, but she's made her way this way. But you could see that the leaves don't look great. So here's the end of the vine. Again, no humidity. Look at this leaf that just crisped up and died. She did have, look at this leaf. I think I showed this before in my houseplant tour or something, but it's time, guys. I think I just need to start from square one, because like I said before, she goes all the way and all the way to the ground. You can't see the bottom of the pot, but she's there. Okay, guys, I have my shears. I mean, I don't know where to start. I guess there's 3 vines here. Let's go here. Oh, look at this, guys. It's gonna break off. Yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna propagate this because she looks rough. Same as the other one, I am just going to throw this out. Okay, so this is gonna be the first propagation. Like I said, the humidity has been super low. Ooh. Okay, this leaf, guys, are you kidding? I need to take pictures of this leaf. Okay, so I got a chair so I could, can y'all see me? Okay, y'all can see me, and we're just gonna keep going. So I'm not gonna do, I've done it in the past and have been successful. I'm not going to do the wet stick propagation just because you could see that this plant is huge. I could get a lot of cuttings. So I'm just going to limit this to single leaf or single node cuttings. And yeah, I'm just gonna throw them in this bag while I go. You know, guys, it's such a shame because I think if it wasn't for, first of all, my neglect, there's a lot of the times the reservoir got really, really dry. Plus the part where my humidity stays between 20 to 35%. I think this plant would be so gorgeous. I have made the decision this winter not to have a humidifier, and I just kind of want to see how my plants are doing without it. I personally don't like humidifiers just because everything gets really wet close to it. So unfortunately, I am not going to keep the bottom part of the plant. I have so many cuttings, guys. Look at all these cuttings. I saved a few. I do want to take a picture of them. These leaves are just so gorgeous. So I remember these coming out during the summertime when the humidity was, okay. Oh my gosh, look at these. This is incredible. And I don't know if you could see, but like she is big. Like she is like the palm of my hand. And like, I just can't believe it, guys. So I'm just gonna let the cuttings callus over for maybe a couple hours. And I don't think I'm gonna film, I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna film the process of me putting it into a pot. Still debating if I want to do pon or LECA, so we'll see. Okay, so now we're going to change the water in a few of my water propagations here. So Syngonium aurea, and it's predominantly Hoya flora, but there are some Hoya denimensis cuttings. So we'll start off with the aurea here, and I do need to pot her Roots, she's definitely ready. And so yeah, I'm just using tap water. Okay, and then... Oh my god, guys. Oh my... Do you see those roots? How? Okay. Okay, you're fine. Where's the denimensis? I put them together with plant tape, and then the denimensis is this small bundle here. So I'm just taking the tape off. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, please. Oh. Okay. Okay. The denimensis. Roots look freaking fantastic. I think it's time to separate them from the Flora here. Yeah, I mean, I could pot it, and you know what? That might be my next thing. I just need to buy more LECA because I want to plant this one in LECA just because it did so well before. Here's a few pictures of what she looked like in LECA. She bloomed constantly, and she was getting, you know, a little too big. So I'm just gonna start from square one, and yeah. Wow, can you tell that I'm in shock? Okay, for now, I'm putting the denimensis in with the Aurea. Okay, back we go. Okay, we have a couple more here. I have a question, because someone... Okay, let me start with the plant. So, this looks so bad. This is the Syngonium rayi. I took single leaf cuttings just because the plant was getting really leggy and it was sending out these tendrils. So these are actually new, and I had a theory that I might have been overfeeding, and that's why it was. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Does anyone have this experience? It's not light. She's right under a grow light. Like, see, this was the original leaf, which is normal to see it yellowing. She did push out a new growth point right over here, but then the rest of it is a vine with no leaves. So I'm just gonna cut right above that, and maybe it's time to repot them. Maybe that's what it is, guys. Moving on. I'm seriously, guys, don't hate me, I'm seriously debating if I should throw these Philodendron Pink Princess propagations away. So here are the roots. They look fantastic, and there's one that's actually pushing out a new leaf. Oh, okay, fine. Oh, and it has some pink. Okay, I'm not gonna throw it away. I don't know if you could see it. It has pink. Okay, so I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm just going to, again, it's probably gonna be pon. Maybe I should try soil, because this plant, long ago, before I initially transferred this plant into LECA, she was living in soil and she was actually very happy. So maybe I'll do soil again. Okay, and back they go for now. Okay, and now we have this bucket, and don't yell at me, guys. These have been in water. Ooh, I almost dropped it. And I could pot a few of them. There's maybe one or two that are not ready yet. So predominantly Philodendron VEITCHI, and then one lonely Gloriosa. I think they're rooting a lot slower because they're not under a lot of light. And the Gloriosum over here, it's fine. It is pushing out a new growth, but that's been there for so long. So I might put in a Ziploc of sphagnum moss, and then maybe I could put it under grow light. I don't know, it's tough, guys. Oh my god, this is a lot of root growth. Oh my gosh, look at that. The growth point is over here. This cute leaf. Oh my god, I thought this was a goner, guys. So second one. Oh my gosh, I am so happy to see that. That's a big deal. There's like a new tiny root coming. Okay, 3. Oh my gosh, this is all great news. Okay, roots from both of these aerial roots, and then there is a growth point just over there, guys. Whoa, that's so cool. Okay, now the fourth one had a lot of aerial root growth. Before I propagated, it ended here, and then all of this is new. For this one, you could see that it's only a tiny bit at the end. Okay, we're just gonna cut this because I don't think it's gonna do anything. And yeah, there is a new growth point. So Also this leaf, oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, I think for the Gloriosum, I'm going to do that method I was talking about. I've done this with my Pink Princess and one of my Hoya Finlaysonii cuttings. So this is what I'm talking about. So I have 4 Pink Princess cuttings in a Ziploc in moss, loosely packed. And then the same with this Hoya Finlaysonii. So I don't know if you could see, but that is new root growth. And like even on the flip side, it's hard because Hoya roots kind of look like sphagnum moss sometimes. I'm pretty sure I put this in this bag in December. It's now February, so 2 months, and I haven't rehydrated it. She lies this way horizontally. There's a grow light right here. So I was just experimenting to see, and I feel like I like this method when it comes to specific situations. The Pink Princess over here, I think you could see over there. This one is more recent, and I'm feeling the stumps here and they're not squishy. So I mean, they're doing just fine. So this way, if I put the Gloriosum in here, it gives the bottom part a lot of humidity. And because I've concluded that it's a light situation, that I'm not giving it enough light, I'll have it laying horizontally right under a grow light. So it's hard to show. I'm just packing the bag, guys, but not too much. Okay, so again, I'm not gonna pack it. You could see that there's a lot of space around. And then I'm just gonna zip the top here. Then I'm just gonna lay it flat. The grow light's gonna be where my head's at. And yeah, hopefully it does something. And yeah, we're just gonna change the water, guys. Okay, so I am going to put these back, and then the sun is out, guys. Honestly, the past like 3 plant tour videos, it's been sunny on the weekends. The majority of my footage in my plant tour videos have been filmed during the weekend just because I work during the week. But wow, it's sunny again. So I always like to take this opportunity to take my plant pictures for Instagram. So maybe I'll film a little bit of that. I don't know if that's boring, but it's kind of a chore because it does consume time and anyways. Okay, so this is what I mean. So we're at the bottom shelf here of one of my plant shelves. I had the Finlaysonii just lying that way just so it gets enough light. The Pink Princess as well. And now the Gloriosum. So I'm just gonna face the leaf upwards. I do have to move some stuff around. Okay. Ooh, maybe I'll do this. There we go. Okay, so Finlaysonii, Gloriosum, Pink Princess. And yeah, I think I like this method a lot because I usually run out of space vertically, so having my plants lying down in sphagnum moss actually helps a lot. Okay, we're back at my closet wall. The sun is shining, as you can see. Whoa. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is amazing. Okay, do I want to do this Melano? This leaf looks cute, actually, so maybe I'll do the Melano here. Oh, look at you. I don't know if I like it, but you'll just have to wait and see if I like it enough to post on my Instagram. Oh my gosh, guys. It's not hard enough yet, but look at this Philodendron Majestic. I don't know if y'all could see. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna photograph well though. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Okay. Okay, it looks pretty good. Okay, this Jose Bono, guys. Oh my gosh. I am so surprised how much this Jose Bono has grown. This was one of my propagations, but it's so pretty. Okay, Hoya Bella Vergata. I forget what kind. Lida Bois. What is it? I know I took a similar picture of this plant in the past, but honestly, this plant is it's just so pretty. Okay, we're gonna try to capture this beautiful Melanochryzum. Fingers crossed she stays this way because she's been on a bumpy ride, guys. Okay. Oh, this luxuriance, guys. I can't get over her. She does have, I think it's a bacterial spot, or it might be a grow light damage. Look at her, she's so pretty. Okay, so I think I'm gonna water my plants. Actually, just my small little cute Hoyas in pond. When I was taking a picture of the Hoya Bella, the pot was pretty light. So, I think they're dry right now. Okay, so we're at the top shelf here. This is where all my cute Hoyas live. Hoya Sunrise, look at her, guys. And yeah, super close to the grow light. I'm just going to check the reservoirs and we're just going to water them. I have my 3-gallon water pump thing here. Okay, Hoya Caudata Sumatra. Look at the sun stressing in these leaves, insane. I might propagate her. She's doing okay. I really want this to flower. This one gets dry really quick. So let me check the roots. Oh, you're not doing great. The roots look good though, guys. You're super dry. Okay. The fear of the roots rotting because I've rehydrated extremely dry roots. So I think I'm only going to put a little bit. I'll check on it tomorrow, I hope, and we'll see. We'll take it from there. Okay. Wow. These are my Hoya albiflora propagations. And they're doing just fine. Oh, but you are so dry. So dry. Like there's nothing in here. Oops. Oh, this guy. Hoya serpens. She does have a bunch of peduncles. I don't know if you could see. But this one in the middle, it looks like that one is dying. There's another one down here where my thumb is, and there's another one here. There's so many. Maybe I'll use my nutrient solution. Let's just shake you a little bit with one hand. Not terribly dry, but... So this is the nutrients I use for my plants in LECA. Again, we're filling maybe about that much. Oh, you're doing so well. Hoya polynura. These are the propagations. I brought the other one to work. She's doing okay. Oh my gosh, she's so dry, guys. Nothing in here, but the roots look great. I just broke off all the baby leaves from this Hoya Sunrise. Oh my god, they were in these tendrils and they're above the wire shelf and they just broke off. Okay, let's like clip you down more. So again, I'm just using these clips. Okay, oh. Okay, back it goes. This one. Okay. This is the Hoya UT163. I'm just going to take the clip and train it down. I really love when the leaves come out. Like, look at that. Maybe I'll take a picture of this. But there's another one down here. They're so dark. Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna bore you guys. I'm just going to, there's only a few plants left. So I'm probably just gonna speed this up. Okay, y'all, we need to talk about my philodendron McDowell. She's kind of been MIA recently from my videos, but yeah, it's just because I can't move her. This leaf is probably the biggest leaf. It's not the newest leaf, but it's the biggest. You could see that she's pushed out a new leaf on one plant over here. Some leaves just against the window. And yeah, so if y'all remember, this plant was sold to me as a Philodendron PASTAZANUM. Everyone is saying that it's a McDowell, and it does look like a McDowell. And I think I said in the past that I'm just waiting for it to push out a flower because I feel like we'd have a better idea identifying this plant once the flower, you know, we see the flower. And so for the first time, okay, this is where she lives. So she's past the length of the pot, but finally, guys, this is going to be a flower. So I'm going to pump up the nutrients. I usually do double the strength of my nutrient solution. And yeah, I'm really excited because I wasn't going to chop up this plant until I saw a flower. And yeah, I'm excited. So since it's pushing out a flower, I am going to propagate it once it finally blooms. I'm going to air layer the second plant. So the second plant branched off up here, and that's what this leaf is. So I'm going to again use my Ziploc method just over here, and I'm going to air layer with sphagnum moss. You could see that the aerial roots are very dry, so the success rate is lower, but we're going to do it anyways. Okay, again, we have the Ziploc with the bottom cut open. Y'all cannot see, but I am threading through the new leaf into the Ziploc. Okay, and we're just gonna make our way around. And again, I'm just putting the plant tape around. And so if we go into the Ziploc, you could see that we're just gonna put the moss all around this node. There's a couple roots here that are actually not dry, so this might work. Okay, some sphagnum moss. Okay, so the node is covered, and we'll just close up the top. I'm just offering more support with the plant tape around the closest petiole. Okay, we're all good. Okay, so this chore is one that I avoid so much, and it is washing. And like, thankfully, it's just small pots that I need to wash, but it's washing pots that already had plants in them, and then either I transfer them to a bigger pot, or they died. But yeah, I hate this chore the most. Also, excuse my voice. I'm sorry if it's lower than usual. It is 8 a.m. It looks beautiful outside, but you could see that it's really snowy. And look in the distance, it's so pretty, guys. Anyhow, so what I do, I just have this brush. I just put some, nothing in particular, palm olive dish soap, and I just kind of, you know, wash them out. You could see here that they're not the cleanest. So yeah, I just run it under the water, and then I'm just cleaning inside, on the outside. So, do y'all clean your pots like this? I'm kind of paranoid because I know for a fact half of these plants, their root system's rotted, and I'm just afraid that there's some residual, you know, the residual bad stuff is still in the pot. So I like scrubbing it down and then just letting it dry. Look at how gross that is. Okay, so I have them just drying on this, I don't even know what to call this tray. They're drying on this tray. Another thing that I like to clean with, just in general, and sometimes I do it with my pots, is vinegar. Is that old-fashioned? Like, even just countertops and everything, I clean with vinegar. Is that weird? Anyways, I will put these off to the side to dry, and then I don't know what else I'm gonna do. Okay, the next set of plants should have been included in my I've neglected my plants video, but I think I just forgot about it, neglected it again. But I've gotten a lot of questions about pests, and thankfully, I'm gonna jinx it now. Thankfully, I haven't had that many problems with pests. The main pests I've had an issue with in the past is thrips. So my usual routine when it comes to receiving a plant in the mail or just buying it from like a plant shop is I isolate it, and like hardcore isolate it, where I don't introduce in my collection. I put it here in my kitchen next to the window. So over here, guys, there's a bunch of plants I got, and I don't even want to say. I got these plants in November, December. Obviously, you guys know that I don't have any room. Plus the paranoia that there's going to be pests. So I didn't even complete my story. Hopefully I don't have to use it today, but I still use this insecticidal soap by Safers in this pressurized spray situation. With nothing else, I have used neem oil in the past. I do not like it, and so I have stopped using it. I like really don't like it. So every time I open up a plant, I inspect it, obviously. I wash down the leaves, and then I spray it with this. If you look at the life cycle of a pest, this specific soap does not get rid of the eggs. So it requires a lot of repeated treatments. So I usually do 3. I don't know why, but I feel okay with 3. So I spray the entire plant. This is an example. This is my XANTHOSOMA Mickey Mouse. Oh my God. So because she's been in my cold kitchen, like, I don't know, these leaves look like really weird, but we're still alive, so we're okay. So I've just opened this from the mail, wash it, spray it down, and then I leave it for like 2 to 3 days. Spray it again, leave it for 2 to 3 days, spray it again, leave it for 2 to 3 days. And then I feel it's okay to introduce to my collection. I might monitor it for a few days to see if there are any, you know, new pests that like hatch or that have managed to stick around. If the plant is in soil like this one, I introduce my beneficial insects. I'm forgetting the name of it, but I usually put that in soil along with my beneficial nematodes, the pot popper. And so yeah, I've done that with all these plants, so I think they're okay. And I know it's just like so embarrassing. Yeah, let's take a look. I have neglected these plants, like I've said, so let's inspect them. Again, feeling the soil. I watered this a couple days ago, so she is fine. I'm gonna put her back. And I forgot to mention that this is a west facing view. So it's nice because in the winter time, the sun sets and the sun is lower. And so it gets a nice like afternoon, evening kind of sun situation. Oh, Hoya, gray ghost. Okay, so yeah, I opened this up in December, I think. Was so excited. Sorry, I'm just like looking. I am looking for the pestices. She's in pon. This is exactly how I got it. You could see the tape. But I didn't want to touch her. I was going to repot her sooner, but these 2 new leaves just came out of nowhere. And now I'm just waiting for them to mature. Just so, like, you know, young Hoya leaves, they just break. You stare at them and they break and die. So I'm just waiting. I've heard that this plant is very slow compared to other Hoyas. So I'm really excited to see, especially in my grow room conditions or my bedroom, under a grow light, how it'll do. And I've actually debated putting this in LECA, and I'm still not sure. So right now, this is gross. Right now, she is in this food container. There's some espresso beans in there. How did that get there? But seeing that it's a little dry, let me feel the inside here. Ooh. Yeah, dry. Ooh. And so because she is pushing out new growth, I have some leftover LECA solution, and I am just going to put it in the container. Oh, that's too much. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it at this level and hope for the best. I am so excited for this, and like, I'm trying my best not to touch her. I still can't say this one. It's an orchid, guys. It is that, again, Roehampton orchids, love them. So she is pushing out this situation here, a flower. And because this is the first, you know, that I've owned and have experienced, I'm so scared. Again, I'm just checking the leaves. Wow, these leaves are so interesting. So I did water her a couple days ago because she was like really dry. So, and I feel the leaves and they feel fine, so I'm gonna put her back. This Synapsis, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, because I bought this as a Synapsis exotica. I am very skeptical. It's very, very similar to an exotica, but the leaves are more on the glossy side, and I don't know, like it could be just like it has less silver, so it doesn't look like it, but she's like not fuzzy. Like, you know how the exotica has that fuzzy texture? These are like more matte to glossy. And I don't know, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys know what kind it is, please let me know. But here we are. But yeah, she is dry. She's dry. Okay. Oh my God, what are you? Okay, so I really want this orchid to bloom in the next year, but I think I'm killing it. This Phalaenopsis SoGo Diamond HLW. So she's a little baby. She has, you know, she's so dry. No, okay. So I'm just going to run this through, making sure the moss, I even show you, it's so crispy, guys. This is crispy, and I'm just gonna run water through the moss, making sure it's wet, but also not compacting the moss, because what I've learned growing orchids in sphagnum moss, you can get away with the moss being wet just as long as it's not packed around the orchid's roots, because you'll like suffocate it. Yeah, like for example, like you could see that I could like pull it out, and so there's a lot of like air around here. Oh my gosh, I'm like killing you. Okay, lastly on the bottom shelf, I have 3 Hoyas. So the first one hasn't done anything. She came to me in moss. This is the Hoya. This is what the Hoya is. I got it from North Shore Tropicals. And I'm going to put her in probably LECA, if not LECA then Pon, and I'm actually going to cut this, and then I'm going to propagate another plant. Super, super dry. So just some nutrient solution. Hopefully the roots don't rot on me. This one's so sad. Okay. This is the Hoya latifolia Snow Queen. Crystal Star Nursery, amazing. It's so dry. Oh, actually, it's not that dry. Okay, you're not doing that great, but also not the worst. You could see that this growth point dried up. So I am just going to, there we go. Okay, she doesn't need to be watered. This leaf has a small little stem. I'm probably gonna cut here and then propagate that. And lastly, this is the Hoya CV Michelle MB1255 over here. So yeah, my plan is to, again, put this in either Pon or LECA. The sphagnum moss is dry, and I'm going to submerge more of the stem in the LECA, just so there's more opportunity for the plant to root and grow a larger root system. And thankfully, guys, no signs of pests. We're gonna put them back for now. I was planning to repot most of these plants by the window in like a repot with me Q&A, I asked you guys on Instagram in January a few questions just because I was planning one. I haven't gone around to it. I do have the questions and still plan to do it. But for now, we're just gonna monitor them and hopefully they don't die. Okay guys, I guess that's it. I know I've been putting predominantly plant tour videos out. I used to hate filming these, but now I really like them. So that's why you've seen so much of it, just because, especially with so many plant chores, I can just do them while also providing some content for you guys. So yeah, no, thank you for making it to the end. Thank you for watching all these videos. I'm preparing for a February favorites video. There were just so many good little cuties that I want to show you guys. So that will probably be up later on this week or next Monday. I'm also adding, I'm adding a third wire shelf to all of this. So I'm trying to like organize and everything. I might film the process depending, but it's gonna be a long process. That's my goal for this week. And if you've made it to the very end, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.